Hey guys, it's Ashley, and I'm just standing this far away from the camera so that everybody can see my cute t-shirt that I got from Madewell. I love it. So today's video is going to be a book haul. Now, it's been quite a while since I've done a book haul, and every single book haul that I do, I constantly tell myself I want to do more book hauls so that I don't have so many books to show you at one time. And it hasn't happened yet. Way to go, me. My way of determining how long it's been since I've done a book haul is not to go onto my channel and find the last book haul I did and look at the date and compare it. No, it's to go through my books and to see how many Owlcrate books I have been sent and to count the months from there. So if we're counting from Owlcrate books, I'm gonna go with 3 months. Possibly 4. So it's been quite a while, and I'm just ready to get this thing started, so let's go. I'm not going to describe every single book exactly as it is. I'm just gonna do kind of like a flash haul, and we'll go from there. So let's go. So like I said, I do have quite the number of books from Owlcrate. The first book that I have is Wild Beauty by Anna-Marie McLemore. It's in cursive and I can't really read it that well. I have been wanting to read this book since I got it, and for some reason I just totally forgot that I had it. It's been sitting in my book haul pile, so now that I remember, definitely gonna be top on my to-read list. Honestly, I feel like everybody read this when it first came out and I didn't hear anything about it, so I'm kind of curious as to see what is going on here. I just remember there's this family and they live in this mansion or this manor or something, and then there's the kid that comes out of nowhere and they have to figure out where he's from and he doesn't really have any memory. Hoping that's the synopsis that I'm remembering and that's not a synopsis from another book that I'm just correlating with this book, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Next up, we have a small little Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales book from Puffin Classics. This is still so adorable and I've always wanted to read these classic fairy tales, so super excited. Then I have here Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This book was in a recent Owlcrate, I believe, and it was also in a really recent Uppercase, I think, too, so I have 2 copies. From what I remember, it's this girl named Claudia? Is that her name? Yep. She is put into this production of A Midsummer's Night Dream with the school's it couple after they've broken up, so there's a lot of drama, and I've heard that it's really awkward and funny, so excited to jump in. And the last book that I received from a YA Owlcrate was The Glass Spare by Lauren De Stefano. I think when I opened this up from Owlcrate, I kept calling it The Last Spire. That's not what it is. To be quite honest, I don't remember anything about what this book is about. Wilhelmina Heidel, the 4th child and only daughter of the king, has grown up in the shadows, kept hidden from the world in order to serve as a spy for her father. Yeah, that's basically all I got to in the synopsis, and I really wanted to read it, so definitely putting this at the top of my TBR now too, because I really want to get to it. The next 3 books I have are all from Owlcrate Jr. The first book is The Wizard of Once by Cressida Cowell, who is also the author of How to Train Your Dragon, which is like one of my favorite movies ever, so hell yeah. I've heard that this book is really cute. It's got some awesome illustrations in it, and it's just like, I've just heard it's a really wild ride, so I'm super excited. And plus, look at the back. Once there was magic. Then I have Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crowe by Jessica Towson. This I've heard rave reviews over for some reason. I, at first, thought that I wanted to pick it up because it was just really pretty, and now that I've heard that it's getting really good reviews from the people who read it, now I want to read it, so definitely gonna do that. Again, I don't remember what this is about. This is my problem. I put these things in this pile and I just don't remember. The unluckiest day for a child to be born, Morrigan Crowe is blamed for all local misfortunes. That's right. And then I have the most recent Owlcrate book, The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. I actually, if I'm gonna be honest, started this book. I think I got about halfway through and then I put it down and I haven't picked it up then. So I'm not gonna say that I DNF'd it because I wasn't like purposely put down, but I just didn't have the time to read it anymore, so I put it down and haven't picked it back up. It's a cute book so far. It's definitely not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's not hooking me as much, but I definitely will finish it at some point. It's about like these kids and they have this club, and the one kid that we follow, Carter, in this book, he's like technically homeless, and it's really cute. It's really cute so far. Then I have a book that was sent to me by Disney Hyperion, and it is Unearthed by Amie Kaufman and Meagan Spooner, who are also the authors of the Starbound trilogy. This sounds like a really, really cool book, and I'm really excited to read it. It's a sci-fi meets Indiana Jones meets space and it just sounds really awesome. It's about this alien race that comes, and these two people who should technically be enemies, they team up to try to find the secrets to this kind of maze thing that these aliens have put together, and then they realize that the aliens aren't really there to help them, and it just sounds really awesome. I'm gonna switch gears for a little bit and talk about some of the books that I've actually purchased these last 4 months. The first one that I have is actually The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. So the reason that I decided to buy this now was because I heard that Lin-Manuel Miranda is having something to do with the adaptation of this book. Somehow, I thought it was being made into a movie, but now it might be a show. I honestly don't know what's going on with the adaptation of this, but I just know that Lin-Manuel Miranda is somehow attached to it, and that's the reason that I decided to grab it. Plus, I've just heard nothing but rave reviews about it, so that definitely put me this on the list to begin with. I really don't know anything about this. I know it's a high fantasy, that Patrick Rothfuss is a really, like, prominent author. I'm pretty sure we just follow this guy's life, this wizard. Probably going to need to, like, buddy read this with somebody because there's no way that I'm gonna be able to figure this all out myself. So now the next 3 books that I have are also ones that I purchased myself, and this would be a no-brainer if you know me at all, and that is all of these different special editions of A Darker Shade of Magic. So if you didn't know, last year, October 2017, I'm pretty sure that was when the special edition of A Darker Shade of Magic came out. Originally, I had just planned on purchasing this one, which is the one that I pre-ordered from Barnes & Noble originally. I think it has an exclusive short story inside, or multiple short stories. I haven't actually read them yet. They also have these really, really cool character art in it on the end pages. Obviously the front, like, how can you not want that? But then she kept posting photos of all the other versions. Hence why I have these two. First, let's talk about the UK version of the collector's edition. Not only do I not have a UK version of this book at all, I really love these original covers anyways, but this one, like, can we talk for a second? Okay, so the artwork is in the dust jacket, right? But look at the front. Look at it, and then look at the end pages. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know which one I like more, if I like this one or the other one. But then I saw this one in Barnes & Noble, and I didn't realize that this was gonna be an edition, so obviously I had to buy it when I saw it in the store. It's just, it's gonna happen. I think it has more exclusive content, or this is the one that has the short stories. I'm honestly not really sure. I just know that I heard special edition and then my wallet was just empty, so that's most of the time how these things work with me. Okay, so these next 3 books are all ones that I received from other bookish subscription boxes. So the first one, I think I received this from Uppercase. It's An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I've heard mixed reviews about this. Some people have said it's really good, some people have said they hated it, so I'm eager to dive in and see what the deal is with it, especially because it's so short. I feel like I can finish this really, really soon. I'm pretty sure she's some kind of an artist, and people keep trying to compare it to A Court of Thorns and Roses, but it's not A Court of Thorns and Roses. Next, we have Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I'm not going to be able to. Oh yeah, this is a very complicated story about, oh my god, evil queens and stuff. It sounds really good. It's just really complicated to try to explain in this video, so I'm just gonna leave it at what I know. It kind of reminds me of Snow White, and there's 2 girls and there's a queen, and the queen hates the daughter, I think. And then I have Nixia by Scott Rington. This one is another sci-fi, if you can't tell from the cover. Like, this looks so sci-fi, it's not even funny. It's about some guy named Emmett and something about leaving Earth. This one I got so long ago I genuinely don't remember anything about it. So it's about this company called Babel Communications, and so he leaves Earth to work for them, and then finds out that the Babel's ship is full of secrets and has to figure out how to stop it, something like that. Sounds good. Also, this is the one that had a blurb from Victoria Schwab, so you know it's gonna be good. More books from more bookish boxes, because I unboxed so many of those in the last few months. The first one is The Last Namsara by Kristen Cicerelli. The high fantasy about this thing called the Namsara, the child of sky and spirit who carried love and laughter wherever he went, but then there's also the Iskari, the child of blood and moonlight, the destroyer, the deathbringer, and we follow this person named Aisha, and something happens. It's a high fantasy, and I know that when I read it, it sounded really good, and that's the reason why I still have it in this pile. Then I have Even the Darkest Stars by Heather Fawcett. This one I remember is about mountain climbing. It's like a high fantasy with mountain climbing. This girl has always dreamed of being one of the Emperor's royal explorers. Yes, I remember, and it sounded kind of cool because I've never read anything with mountain climbing in it, so yes. Also, the cover is so pretty. Then I have Rosemarked by Livia Blackburn, and this one I'm pretty sure was about the two different people, the healer and the soldier, and they are thrust together on a high-stakes mission even though that they are enemies, and they have to work together, and then they grow closer, and it's like those enemies turned lovers trope, and it sounds really, really good, so that's why I kept it. Also, it's so pretty, and look at the map, it's all pink. Everything is pink. I like it. I like it a lot. Now we are back to more books that I have bought myself these past months. The first one is actually another copy of Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead. I walked into the Books A Million in Orlando that I absolutely love, and this one just so happened to be signed. So, you know I had to pick that up because now that means that all of my Magnus Chase books in the entire series are signed by Rick Riordan, and that is something that I am so proud of. 3 years to be able to compile this collection, and I have it, and I'm so happy about it. I, at this point, should already have this book talk up, so if you're interested, that's on my channel. And these last two are the ones that I've acquired most recently. The first one is Renegades by Marissa Meyer, which if you haven't heard already, I read, absolutely loved, 5 stars, yes. I'm going to be filming a book talk at some point in the future, so stay tuned for that. You've got superheroes and supervillains battling it out in the city, and it's great. It's really great. I love it. The last book that I bought personally this month was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This one is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so I guess the cover is black instead of white. I don't know. I saw it in Barnes & Noble, and I remember so many people were reading it and raving about it, so I had to pick it up. I genuinely don't know what this one is about. This one I heard a lot about, so I picked it up. I just genuinely don't know, and I haven't read the synopsis, and I'm not really wanting to. I kind of just want to go into it blind. That's probably gonna hurt me in the end, but I'm just gonna go for it. And the last 2 books that I have to show you were actually sent to me by Simon Teen, so thank you so much, Simon Teen, for sending me copies of When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. I'm so sorry. I wanted to say that right, and I probably didn't. I sincerely apologize. And also The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. So pretty much everybody probably knows what When Dimple Met Rishi is about. It's, you know, a contemporary, YA contemporary about Dimple, Rishi. I think they have like an arranged marriage. I've heard that it's insanely adorable, and I'm really excited to pick it up. For some reason, this entire year, I never bought it. I don't know why. So when they emailed and asked if we wanted some of the books that were top sellers this past year, and this was on the list, I made sure to grab it. And then the next book that I have is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, which I actually was going to buy in Barnes & Noble not too long ago, and for some reason I didn't, because I think I picked a different book over this one, but it sounded really good. It's like about this dystopian magic world. I think this is what got me. So the tagline for it's Stop the Magician, Steal the Book, Save the Future. To me, that just reminded me of Save the Cheerleader, Save the World from Heroes. If you've watched Heroes, I love Heroes. That's what it reminded me of, and I think that's why I wanted to pick it up. It's about like this girl, she's a thief, she's been trained to steal magical artifacts from the sinister order that created the Brink, and the Brink is this dark energy barrier that's confining them to this island of shadows, and because they are Magus, they are the last few who have an affinity for magic, and it's like has time travel in it too, so she's, you know, collecting these artifacts, and then she's somehow transported back to 1902, and she has to steal this ancient book containing the secrets of the Order before the Magus can destroy it and doom the Magus to a hopeless future. It has everything that I could ever want in it, and that's why I really wanted it. Alrighty everybody, and there you have it, my long-awaited book haul for January, the first book haul of the new year, even though many of these I received last year. Honestly, all of them except for The Cruel Prince I think I received last year, so It's been a while. Going through these again, I definitely am looking forward to reading more of them, especially a few that I've received in Owl Crate boxes and subscription boxes that sounded really good at the time, and then I just kind of slipped them into the pile and I totally forgot about them. So really, really excited to get into them, and if you guys have any recommendations as to what I should pick up first, or if you've read them, have any good ideas about what they're about, please let me know in the comments, because I always love to find out more about these books before I decide what to read next. Other than that, that is going to be it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Goodbye!